Hello, everyone. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. So, this is going to be the new day and time that I go live. I think that it will be a better fit, obviously, because on the weekends, I get busy with my family. I really do because I'm off of work. And so, it's sometimes it just takes a lot out of me for the preparation of going live and blocking out that time on the weekend to be on here. So I'm hoping that this will be a better fit, doing it on in the middle of the week, during the week from my office, and then early in the morning, before some of you even get to work. So hopefully this will be a good fit. Please make sure that you guys let me know how you feel about this new day and new time. But I'll give you guys a little time to get here. I'm starting at 8:15. It's 8:14, so you got 1 minute or less, and then we can get right into my topic for today. If you are new to the channel, please drop in the chat who you are and where you're tuning in from. I love to hear who is watching and from where. And then if you are one of the regulars, say hello because I like to see those who tune in with me on a regular basis as well. All right, we got 8:15. So let me introduce myself to those of you who are new. My name is Bergeau, also known as B. Elise. I am the owner of B. Elise Notary Services, as well as the president and founder of the Notary Education Group. Every Wednesday at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Time, I am going to be live here on the channel to talk to you guys about all things notary and business related, answer some questions in real time, and share some tips with you if I have any. All right. I also love for you to share with me your tips because somebody else may need that in me as well, because I like learning from you guys as well as you learning from me. So today I am going to be talking about mentorship in the notary business because it's the new year and I have been outreached by a few notaries. It was last month and then this month as well on mentorship. And um, I'm not really sure when people hear mentorship, I don't think that you understand what that means. So I wanted to talk about that. Hey, Michael, good morning. So, mentorship, all right, is not casual conversation, all right? It's not information collecting, and it's definitely not pick my brain energy, all right? Not that type of thing. My role as a mentor is to share experience, not theory, help you avoid costly mistakes, and provide strategy, structure, and accountability. So, I help you point out blind spots that you may not see yet and offer guidance based on what actually works and not what sounds good. Because a lot of times what happens is people call me and after the first or maybe second call, they don't call back. And I think the reason being is because they're looking for me to, give them the secret sauce to success. And there is no secret sauce, guys. It is nothing but work. Work on your end. You have to put in the work. So, what a mentor is not. It's not a free consult on demand where you could just, call over and over again to ask repeated questions. Like someone who repeatedly answer the same questions with no action taken on your part, that's not it. And then a replacement for your discipline, consistency, or follow through. A mentor is not that at all. Okay. Thank you, Michael. It's not any of that. And what gets me is when you guys call me, the first thing that I am going to ask you about is your education. How comfortable are you with knowing how to perform your duties as a notary? Okay, I need to know that. I need to be able to walk you through a scenario where I'm the customer and you're the notary notarizing documents for me. I need to know that you know what questions to ask. I need to know if you know how to notarize documents and how you would go about executing them properly. If you can't answer those questions for me, we're not jumping into, I want you to um, look, tell me about how to register my business and my website. You haven't even got the foundation started to do the business part of it. You need to know what you are doing, guys. I tell everybody when they ask me about how I got started. I became a notary in July and I did not open up for business until August. Okay, and there was a reason for that. I gave myself that 4 week window to really dive into the knowledge base of being a notary. All right, I didn't want to be caught off guard and not know what I was doing. Now, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of times where I had to take a pause, and even still, with me being 5 years, almost 6 years in, I still have to take a pause when it comes to notarizing documents because every document that I notarize is not the same. Now, I do notarize a lot of the same documents, but every so often I get a document that I'm unfamiliar with. So I have to take a pause and see what it is that's being asked of me so that I can properly execute the document. And I think that people, more so notaries, you fail to understand the seriousness of that part. Okay. You're so concerned with making the money, with getting the website up, with registering your business, with marketing that you are skipping out on the education part of it. Yes, you do need to know what you're doing. It's no different than, you guys know I'm a medical assistant. It's no different than me getting a job as a medical assistant and them having me sit down with their SOPs. Okay. I know how to take a blood pressure. I know how to draw blood. I know how to administer medications. I know how to assist the doctor in a medical exam. But there are standard operating procedures that I need to be aware of in the office. And being a notary is no different. Running a business is really no different than you working a W 2, other than how you pay yourself and how you handle, different services that you may offer and so forth. But I'm not going to be that notary. I'm not the notary that's going to be pushing the make six figures as a notary, make $150 per appointment, because the fact of the matter is none of that is going to happen if you're out here not executing documents properly. All right. Not only will you lose business not knowing how to properly execute documents. You could lose money. You could possibly be brought up by legal, for legal action. And that's just the worst of it. The primary part is you're going to have a lot of pissed off customers. I came to you to get my document notarized, and then I went to turn it in, and they're telling me it's not notarized right. And as far as I know, you got your signature and you got your seal there, so I don't know what they mean. And that's why you need to know how to properly execute documents. Because when customers come to you, they don't know what you're supposed to do. They literally think that notarize, notarization to them looks like our signature and our stamp. They don't know that every notarization is supposed to tell a story. You do, or you're supposed to. You're supposed to know that every notarization you perform tells a story. It tells a story of the where, the how, the what, the when, all right? And if any of that is missing, the notary is not valid. So this is why when you first call, that's the first thing I'm going to ask you. Most notaries that call me to be mentored fail that part. And so what I end up having to do is I end up having to send them to their statutes. And then I ask you to take Notary Basics 101, which is one of my free courses on my website. After that, I have you schedule another call with me. Now, what do you think happens in between that first call and second call? They don't want to review their statutes. I already did that. I just want to skip through to how I'm gonna make money. They don't want to take my Notary Basics 101, which is super simple. All it is showing you how to properly execute a document as a notary. They don't want to do that either. So most times after that first call, they're off to find another person to talk to because I'm doing too much, obviously. And then sometimes I do get the second call and I'll go over the process with them. I'll pull up some documents. I'll ask them to go ahead and show me how to notarize it. Tell me, the different things that you're looking for. They'll do that. They'll learn some information. They'll tell me thank you so much. And then they're off to talk to somebody else because clearly I'm doing, I'm not doing enough in helping them to know how they're gonna make some money. That's the big thing. I want to make money doing this. I don't want to learn all of that stuff that you're telling me to learn. Then you don't want to call me, you know. So what is your role as the mentee? Okay. Your role as the mentee is to implement, not just listen to what I'm saying. Take notes and then take action. Be open to feedback, even if it's uncomfortable. All right. Show progress between conversations. Okay. Because I'm going to always give you some homework. I'm going to always give you homework. And then respect my time by coming prepared. All right. You cannot schedule a call with me. And it even says it on my oh man, I forgot to grab my coffee. It even says it on the email notification that I send you out after you schedule a one-on-one with me. Come prepared. You need to have some notes because you just calling me and saying, I need help on being a notary. Well, what do you need help with? I need to know where we're starting at. Where's the starting point? Because if you don't give me a starting point, then I'm automatically going to start where I start with everyone, which is the education part. All right. So you have to come prepared. You're asking me for help. I am not going to be able to help you if I don't know what I'm helping you with. Helping you with becoming a notary, that is a broad question. I need help being a notary. What do you need help with exactly? Because, you got to come prepared, guys. All right. Mentorship requires ownership, point blank. If you're not willing to try what's suggested, adjust what doesn't work, and then report back, then mentorship is not what you're looking for. All right, honestly. Okay. Like I said, I've been outreach by notaries before. 1 or 2 calls, that's about it. They have lots of questions, but little to no implementation on the information I've given them, and they're just silenced. And then I mess around and see them on Notary to Stars, or I see them in these other notary groups asking the same question that they asked me, and it's like, I don't know what you're looking for, But the hard truth, if you're here to just listen, scroll, or collect tips, that's fine. That's fine. Education is still valuable, but you have some people who are information hoarders, okay? They just like collecting information and not doing absolutely anything with it, all right? So don't seek mentorship if you are not ready to do the work. Just don't waste people's time, okay? If you're not ready to make changes, if you're not ready to be consistent, and if you're not ready to treat your notary business like the business you want it to become, do not waste these mentors' time because our time is very valuable, especially when you reach out to a person like me who is a full-time notary, okay? I'm a full-time notary and I allow you to book me at a time that you see available on my calendar. But I need for you to make good use of my time because if I could have put a customer in that spot and you've wasted my time, I'm not going to be very happy. I'm not. Okay. So if you are ready to implement, ready to be coached, ready to be accountable, and ready to build a business that works on your terms, then my door is open. Okay. Mentorship is not for everyone. All right. But for the right person, it can be transformative. All right. So if you are looking for information, don't reach out to me. Just looking for information. You can find all the information that I share all the time on all these videos, on the Notary Education Group website. I got information for days. But if you are looking for transformation, I want you to reach out to me because that's what I'm in the business of, transforming you from just being a notary to being that notary. All right. Does anybody have any questions? And here we go. I have a phone call already of a person requesting a callback because they're seeking help to become a notary. All the same information I already have on the website. I get this all day, all the time because people, and that's another thing. You guys don't want to read. Being a notary requires you to read. Hey, Ayana, good morning. You have to be able to read. You have to be willing to read. Okay. And you're not reading the contents of the person's documents to figure out what the documents are for. No, that's not our job. But our job is to read the notarial part. If the document came with specific instructions for the notary, you need to be able to read that and follow the actual instructions. I had a notary last night, very late last night, where it came with instructions and it instructed us to use black ink. Now, as a notary, you probably know that we mostly use blue ink for everything. So if you have instructions and it's telling you the specifics of how they want these documents executed, you need to read that. If I did not read those instructions, I would have proceeded to have everybody sign as well as myself with blue ink. And then that document would have been rejected. So this is why I'm telling y'all, you got to be able and be willing to do the work. Read, okay? Practice. Be prepared with the questions that you are looking for. Ask ChatGPT, okay? AI is changing things for us, okay? I did a whole review of my business using ChatGPT yesterday, and it gave me so many golden nuggets. All right. I'm going to be doing another live regarding AI and how you guys can use that to help you be successful in your business because I was able to pull up. So if you have a Google business profile, right, you have a Google search console that can be attached to it if you have it activated, and it will tell you how your business is doing. You can use that same report, upload it to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can review it and give you some suggestions or recommendations on how to improve those numbers, based on what you see and what you want. So yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys about that on another live. But today I really want to talk to you guys about the mentorship because I don't want you to have the wrong idea when you are reaching out to mentors such as myself and when you're reaching out to me. You know, be prepared. When you call us, we're going to expect that you are willing to put in the work. If we are giving you recommendations and we're giving you suggestions, you need to take action on that. Calling us to just have a nice little chit chat, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's nice to connect with you guys. But I you're calling me during the time of business, which means that I could be out making some money on this appointment as opposed to just chatting it up with you. If I'm gonna just chat it up with you, I could just chat with you when I'm off. But you scheduling time to talk to me, you need to be prepared. You need to know what you want because I can straight up tell you if I can help you or not. But if I don't know what you're looking for, like I said, you just saying you need help with your notary business. That can be several things. You need to be specific on what you want help with. And I am not going to help you with the business part of your notary if you fail the knowledge part of the notary. I'm just not. We're not going to talk anything about business if I do not feel confident that you know how to notarize documents properly. Period. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Is there anything that you wanted to talk about that I did not mention? You could definitely be off topic if you want. these lives are not just to discuss what my topic is, it's also to answer any questions that you may have in real time. So I'll give you guys a minute. I need to get my coffee. So let me do that. It's probably cold now. Let me feel it. Yeah, it's pretty cold. Let me put it in the microwave. Okay. Need warm coffee. And then I have my breakfast sandwiches. I have a little snack area over here in my office. Let me see if I can show you guys it here. I'm going to turn the camera around. There it is. It's my snack area, refrigerator, microwave, snacks behind there on that shelf. This is the whole office, though. If you guys have not had the opportunity to see it. So yeah, that's my office space. So, all right, I don't see any questions being posted, so I'm assuming that you guys are good to go. So I will touch base again Wednesday, 8:15 a.m. Eastern Time, same place. And you guys have a wonderful week ahead, all right? Bye.